The hot afternoon sun beat down on the quiet roadside, where cars passed by without a second glance. A sleek black luxury car sat still with a flat tire, its owner, a wealthy man in a tailored suit, standing beside it, clearly frustrated. Dozens of drivers slowed but none stopped. Just when it seemed like no one cared, a young boy, no older than 12, approached on his worn-out bicycle. His clothes were simple, and his shoes had seen better days, but his eyes carried determination. He noticed the man's struggle and didn't hesitate. Dropping his bike to the ground, the boy asked politely if he could help. The man looked down, surprised that anyone, especially a child, would offer assistance. At first, he brushed him off, but the boy insisted with a quiet confidence. Soon, with dirt smudging his small hands, the boy loosened the bolts and replaced the heavy tire with a spare, working faster than the man could have expected. When the job was done, he wiped his brow with the back of his hand and simply smiled, ready to pick up his bike and ride away as if it had been nothing at all. The millionaire stood in silence for a moment, watching the boy dust his hands on his worn shirt. No one had ever offered him help without expecting something in return, and the fact that it came from a child left him speechless. He reached into his pocket, pulling out a thick wallet, ready to hand over some money as a token of gratitude. But the boy quickly shook his head, smiling shyly. "I don't need anything, sir," he said softly. "My mama says we should help people when we can." Those words struck the man deeper than he expected. The sincerity in the boy's voice reminded him of something he had long forgotten: simple kindness. Feeling humbled, the millionaire knelt down to the boy's level, asking for his name and where he lived. The boy answered honestly, without hesitation, before hopping back on his rusty bicycle, pedaling away with the same quiet grace with which he had arrived. The man stood there, holding his unused wallet, staring after him with a strange new respect, knowing in his heart that this small encounter meant far more than he could have imagined. That night, the millionaire couldn't shake the memory of the boy. The image of those dusty hands and that humble smile replayed in his mind as he sat in his grand mansion, surrounded by wealth but feeling strangely empty. He asked his driver to take him to the neighborhood the boy had mentioned. When they arrived, the contrast was staggering: small houses, cracked walls, children playing barefoot in the street. He soon spotted the boy's home, a tiny, weathered house with peeling paint and a crooked door. The boy's mother came out, her face tired yet warm, carrying laundry in her arms. The millionaire introduced himself and thanked her for raising such a remarkable child. She looked surprised but proud, explaining that though life was hard, she taught her son to live with honesty and kindness. The man listened quietly, realizing this family had something money couldn't buy: love, strength, and values. He left that evening with a heavy heart, determined that he wouldn't let their kindness go unnoticed. A week later, the boy's family awoke to the sound of a car pulling up outside their home. To their amazement, the same millionaire stepped out, holding a stack of papers and wearing a broad smile. He gathered the family and explained that he had been deeply moved by their son's selflessness. With a trembling voice, he revealed that he had set up a scholarship fund in the boy's name, guaranteeing him a chance at the best education available. But that wasn't all. He also handed the mother documents showing that their home had been fully paid off, with renovations scheduled to begin immediately. The mother's eyes filled with tears, while the boy looked at the man in disbelief. "Why are you doing this?" the boy asked quietly. The millionaire placed a gentle hand on his shoulder and said, "Because you reminded me of what truly matters. You gave without expecting, and now it's my turn." From that day forward, the boy's life changed forever, not because he helped fix a tire, but because his kindness sparked a ripple that touched a man's heart and transformed his own family's future.